Okay guys, today I'm going to give you 5 different heavy bag combinations that incorporate body shots in them. So these are some simple ones. I generally like to throw body shots after hitting the head, just bringing their hands up and then coming down underneath. So all the combinations that you see today are going to incorporate that. So the first one, I'm going to use my jab, and I'm just going to use the same hand, jab to the head, and then rip the lead body shot off the same hand. So whether I'm southpaw or orthodox, it'll be, if I'm orthodox, it'll be the left hand to the head, the left hand to the body, and if I'm southpaw, it'll be the right and the right. I'm going to demonstrate everything in orthodox today just to keep it simple. If you're southpaw, obviously you just do the opposite hand. So of this one, again, I always want to, with pretty much all my combinations, it's unlikely that my opponent's going to let me just walk in and then start punching him in the stomach. So I'm going to start a little bit longer, so I can't quite touch the bag yet, so I have to close distance before I start punching. So I'm out here, I use my jab to close distance. As I come in close, as I get into that range, I slip my head slightly off the center line and rip a left hook to the body on the end. So just a simple 2-punch combination. Depending on what my partner does or my opponent does, I might exit different ways. We won't worry about that too much just for now. We'll think about coming straight back out. So jab, body, rear foot comes out just to get me back out of range. That's the first combination. So the second combination I'm going to show you guys, this was one actually that I saw used really well in Muay Thai, funnily enough. It also works for boxing, but John Wayne Parr used to use this one a lot. He would throw a jab, a right hook to the body, a left hook to the body, and then finish with a leg kick. But this also works quite well in boxing. You just leave the leg kick off the end of it. So again, starting out here, I step in, my left hand and left foot lands the first punch, and then my right hand lands as my right foot steps up and turns over. So the first 2 punches of the combination look like this. 1, 2. All right, again. 1, 2, like that. Now, in this position here, when I've landed that right hook to the body, my shoulders are set to bring my left hook back around as well. So 1, 2, and then I just bring, boom, the left hook to the body to finish. Then just like we did in our first combination, step my rear foot out, followed by my front foot to exit. So 1, 2, 3, out, out. Now when I throw the hooks to the body, I tend to throw them slightly more on an upward angle rather than rounded. So instead of hooking like that, I sort of almost throw it somewhere between a hook and an uppercut before exiting. Third combination I'll show you guys is a bit of a throwback to Mickey Ward, who used to double up using the same hand from the head to the body. He used to like the combination of the hook, the body rip, and the uppercut. So a little bit of inspiration from the great Mickey Ward. We're going to throw a straight right hand, a lead uppercut, and a lead body rip. The reason why I like to throw the lead uppercut first is a lot of time it brings their elbows in and around the front, which can expose their floating rib around the side. So cross, uppercut. Now it can be difficult when you're in close to land that uppercut. So you can either throw it more, almost a bit lower, where you sort of catch it lower on the arc, or you can skim the bag. So cross, uppercut. See, I'm not really throwing at chin height, but I'm trying to have the same trajectory as I would. That would follow up. That would eventually meet the head, right? So I'll leave that up to you. It's personal preference whether you want to go, what, boom, and just skim the bag. Cross, skim, body rip. And in between the uppercut and the body rip, I like to just reset my shoulders a little bit and bend my knees a little bit. Boom, boom. Bend a little bit so that I get nice power in that body shot on the end. Fourth combination I'm going to show you guys. This is bringing the attention up with the jab. I come down with a cross, down to the solar plexus, or just under the sternum, and then finishing with a hook up high. So the first one might not even land if I was doing it in a fight for real. It might just be almost like just throwing it in front of his vision so he can't see. On the bag, I tend to touch it, but if you're doing it in sparring, you might just throw it just in front. And even the cross to the body doesn't have to be that hard. Again, I'm just trying to bring his attention down so that I can finish nice and high with that left hook to the head. So jab to the head, cross to the body, finish with the lead hook. Last combination, guys, this one's really simple. I'm going to use my lead hand. It's just a 2-punch combination where I use my lead hand to block the vision. And as I pull that lead hand off, I throw the rear hook to the body. So this one is actually slightly more round. I know I spoke before about trying to throw it more as an uppercut, but this one is just a big hook to the body. Whereas I step my lead foot off, I come just off the center. Notice where my foot starts. Instead of stepping straight forward at it, I step almost in the direction I'm trying to throw my power. So, and that first one, it's not going to be a hard jab. It's almost like a measuring jab. But it's not necessarily trying to land hard. It's just figuring out where he is. Hold it there for a second. Step slightly off center and throw that right hook to the body. Notice how it's just stays there pauses for just a moment before I bring that hook around. Now just keep in mind that in the amateur boxing, they may not be as lenient with you holding your fist in front of their face for long. So if that's the case, you kind of just have to pump it a little bit. So don't just hold it and pause it. You might have to just pump it a couple of times before you throw the hook, but the principle still applies where you're going to cover their vision with your lead hand before you throw that hook around to the body.